Yo Novatos, thanks again for tuning in to yet another video coming at you live from the West Coast, California, Cali baby, that's right, California, West Coast, Golden State. Let's go ahead and get on with the topic of today's video, but just do me a favor, do me a solid. Would you just hit that like on the video, please? Much appreciated. But yes, let's go ahead and look at my motocross. What are these called again? Man, Flo-Motorsport foot pegs. Yes, I've had them now for about a year and a half. I mean, how long have I owned the bike? I got it February. You know what? Doesn't matter. I've had them for a while now. Close to 6,000 miles. And you know what? They're great, all right? There's only a few cons. Not a lot of cons. Of course, not a lot of cons. But there are a few, and I am going to be just telling you guys what's up. You know, if you guys are looking at getting something like this, they do look good, and they do their job, of course. I mean, they do grip your foot. They do grip your foot very, very well. Let me tell you guys, if you're wearing Converse, if you're wearing sneakers, trainers, whatever you call them at wherever you guys live, of course, sneakers, I believe that's what we call them here. It is going to grip your foot, and there is extra support. I do like the extra support, having a wider surface area for that extra support. Of course, you get the stock foot pegs, and that's about what, maybe an inch and a half, probably. Not a lot of support. With this, however, you do get maybe about 2 inches. So a little bit more, but not too much, all right? It doesn't look like you have floorboards. It is a soft tail. I mean, the floorboards do look good, and they do feel good. But just the overall build on this one, however, I just don't think it would have looked as good with floorboards. So anyways, for the price, I believe they're worth it, and they look pretty badass. You know, they look great. You could buy the passenger ones, but I ride solo. I don't ride two up. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the negatives. Just a few extra things. They look cool, and they match the overall build. You could buy them in different colors. $100 and some on dollars. I already forgot how much I paid for them, but I do believe they're worth it. Earlier, back in the day, some years ago, some of these were, you know, the knockoffs, the ones made in China. They were really badly made, but some of the viewers from my other video, they've been mentioning, you know what, they're a little bit more reliable. They're constructed far better than what they used to. So who knows? Maybe you could probably pick some of these up for, you know, $30, $40, $50, I guess, on Amazon, and from what they've told me, they're pretty good. So I don't know. I do remember they were crap. Maybe 5 or 8 years ago, they were complete garbage. You know, somewhere around that time. You know, my memory's not too good. I just got off of work. Anyways, yes, some of the cons. Let's just go ahead and get into it. The placement of your foot peg, it does get elevated by about maybe half an inch to an inch. Maybe, I'd say maybe half an inch, all right? So you are going to have your feet slightly higher. If you guys are taller and you're cramped, this might make you feel a little bit more cramped up, because like I said, it does raise, it's raising your foot placement by maybe half an inch. Of course, because let's look at it right here, all right? Before, foot peg used to be down here. Now your foot is up here, all right? So that you know, that is a difference. And like I said, so that might affect you. I'm 5'7". I'm not quite there at 6 feet, but so, you know, Night King, some other motovloggers, Laidlaw, some other folks, they mentioned feeling cramped on this bike already. So if you're moving your feet up high, you're just gonna feel a lot more cramped up. So anyways, moving over to the brake pedal. Before I adjusted my brake foot pedal, it just felt way too low. After I put on the foot pegs, I just didn't I didn't feel like it was as responsive, mainly because I had to lower my leg or my foot a whole lot more. So instead of, you know, engaging the brake here, I had to do all the way down here just to engage the brake. So you could see how you might end up getting tired after a long ride. You might find yourself just having a sore ankle or something like that, depending on how old you are and stuff like that. I mean, some people, they could do it all day, but I just found myself not, I guess, having that that confidence on the rear brake when it was at the factory setting. So I went ahead and I moved this up by about, I'd say, what, half an inch? Anyways, moving on to the next con, or something that I've, you know, it's probably not a con, but just kind of be aware of. You do have these spikes, all right, and they do tend to catch on stuff, all right. There's been a few times, I mean, not with the boots or with these pants, but if you have loose, baggy clothes, baggy clothes, you might find yourself getting caught. And it's happened to me a few times, and this is what you might run into. All right, you do have these little spikes, all right, and you might find yourself having that situation, and that's happened to me quite a few times. Like I said, it depends on what you're wearing. If you have loose clothes, it is going to get caught. If you have sneakers or tennis shoes, that's happened to me too. I've had my tennis shoes, I've had my sneakers get caught on the spikes of the foot peg. I believe I almost dropped my bike at a stoplight because I couldn't get my foot down. I didn't drop my bike, but like I said, maybe somebody out there who might be shorter than me, maybe you're shorter, maybe you're 5 foot or 5 something, and you just, I guess I'm just saying, you know what, just be careful. Just a heads up, with your clothes and stuff, you are gonna have some of your shoelaces, your pants, stuff like that get caught on these spikes. But anyways, they're still great foot pegs. I really enjoy them. Like I said, the extra surface area, it's just more added comfort, and they're just not too much, but they're still great when it comes to foot pegs, floorboards. You could buy floorboards, you could buy those other ones. I've seen recently somebody pointed them out where you could actually have like a dual setup. You could have your long range. I believe they attach on the bottom. They look pretty cool. If I can find the image or the product, I'll post it. And it's a 2-piece where you could actually adapt it to your foot pegs. And it's a quick little Allen wrench bolt or whatever. And you can have the best of both worlds. I also recommended the L1 on my first video, where you can have a bigger footprint, and then you can still have this kind of setup by just having your feet a little bit out more. But I do stand on these all the time. But I mean, yeah, they're great, like I said. And is there anything else? I think that's it. If you guys want to throw in a few suggestions in the comments, you guys can do that. You know, let me know what you guys have on your bike. Like I said, these are pretty cool. I've had these for a while. I've had the, you know what, I'm not going to get into the other stuff. This video is already kind of too long for just a follow-up foot peg video. But anyways, you guys just stay out there, stay safe. Don't believe everything you read. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.